Good morning and good day to everybody on this call, and thank you for joining today's webinar, which will walk you through all the important operational updates that you as RMH partners and resellers need to know for 2018. My name is Corey Linder and I oversee the marketing here. I'd like to mention just a couple things before we start. The presentation will run about 45 minutes or so. At the end, we will have a Q&A, so save up your questions or go ahead and put them in the chat box or in the questions box, and we will get to them accordingly. Also, you are all in mute mode, but feel free to again, as I said, ask your questions or save them till the end. Just one thing I want to make sure is very clear. This webinar is specifically for RMH partners and resellers. No end users or customers or retailers should be on this call. So if you are, please sign off, because this webinar is specifically for our partners. And this is also a webinar that's under NDA. So please do not publish the recording of this. We are recording and we will make that available per request, but it will not be published on a public forum. So with that, I have the pleasure of introducing our company chairman and today's webinar presenter, Afshin Alakhani. Afshin, over to you.
Yes, thank you, Corey. Good morning and happy holiday to all of you at this seasons of holidays. This webinar was an important one for us to start to look at what we have achieved in 2017 and really look forward in 2018. And part of this is to show you some new tools and some new features that we are introducing, but also to make sure that the messaging that is going out there is unified in terms of who we are, what we're doing, etc. So I just want to be very, very clear that as all of you know, the Retail Management Hero was created through a joint venture, by Retail Hero and Retail Realm. But there is an actual independent legal entity, which is Retail Management Hero, and that entity is being strengthened day by day, and we are actually having the staffs, from the various organization of Retail Hero and Retail Management Hero being transferred into Retail Management Hero only, and that process will continue. And our goal is to really have Retail Management Hero by 1st of July of 2018 be 100% manned and staffed by its own staff that has got nothing to do with Retail Hero or Retail Management, Retail Realm any further. There may be some obviously some investment, that will be the same, but not in terms of the staffing. So the separation has been happening gradually, and I would say pretty much all of our development staff has moved across, 100% of it, to the new organization. And as we are speaking, we're in the process of moving some of our sales and marketing staff, and that whole reorganization and reorganizational chart will be published in 2018 and given to you with appropriate rmhpos.com emails of the various people who are moving there and what their duty will be. So that does mean, unfortunately, that some of the people that you are used to working with may no longer be available to you for RMH. They will only be available to you for RMS and Dynamics products from the Retail Realm standpoint, but it does mean that you're going to have more dedicated staff that are going to be doing nothing but RMH. So from that standpoint, it would be a positive feed on that. So I think that I'm not going to press on this messaging. It's just a messaging to make sure that you guys understand that Retail Realm and Retail Hero are two different legal entities, and that we are, as Retail Management Hero is the only company that is going to be dealing with anything having to do with RMH. Okay, so let's start with some of the changes that are coming in, and I'm going to be showing you some screenshots. There will be a brand new website that will be launched in January 2018. A lot of it looks like the old website, but there's a lot of new content and new redoing of what we are working on. The primary areas that we have changed in the website is one of the section is the product section. In the old website, which is the current website that is currently up and running, you only have got a section that says, how you move from RMS to RMH, but there is nothing about the actual details of the product. So that is being changed. We are actually having a whole section on the RMH store with the ability for you to request demos, and then RMH Central that will be covering all of the centralized headquarter type activities. And the IPOS, which is a partner development that we are going to be reselling and is going to be licensing through our order portal, that is going to be also featured. And that is an Apple development from our partner out of Australia. And we're also going to be showing you all of our payment processors. One of the major questions that we get asked from around the world is which payment connectors do we have and which banks do they connect with. That is a free tool that's going to be there, and it will be constantly added to as we develop more links to other payment processors. And of course, we still have got a section on RMS upgrade. I'm also going to be covering the RMH Marketplace and some of the changes that we're going to be working there. And then we will be spending some time on the RMH Shop, which is our e-commerce capability for people to actually sell products through, for people to buy products through our website. So let's have a look at that. So the first thing that you will note is that our landing page has remained the same in terms of the product image. But some of our navigation on top has changed in terms of the colors and the way that they change. There are minor changes and not hugely seen, but you'll see here that under the product you have the drop down that actually talks about the different sections. And if you go to the, for example, the store, you will be able to see the RMH, store. And as you scroll down, there's going to be lots of additional screen and information about that. The RMH payment processor, for those of you who have not seen that, this is now available, and it allows you to have a look at the processors that are available by country. So you can actually select the country. There's a drop down, has got about 8 or 9 different countries that we are supporting currently. That number is increasing. And then you select the actual processor that you want. If you leave it blank and just press enter, it shows you everybody. So it shows you primary connection and gateway supports. So what that means is, we have got direct link to BankTech and Heartland and Index and Shift4. But if you want to be connecting your customer to Chase Payment Tech in the United States, if you select that, then the primary connections that are linked, like Cayenne and Shift4, will show up there. That is if you then select one of those processors, let's say we select Vantiv Mercury, it then shows you information about Vantiv Mercury. And if you actually clicked on the Vantiv logo, a screen will pop out that it will enable you to put in your name and information, and that will then go ahead and email to Vantiv that you are interested to get some additional information. So you will see in here that we talked about, EMV compliant, PCI certified, PCI validated, all of those kind of information that your customers may be asking you about the payment processor. If you then go to the software section, we show you all of the feature function that the software may have in terms of credit card, debit card, and as you scroll down, you will see eWeek and EBT and all of the other feature functions. And then it tells you whether that is supported on the RMH POS, on the IPOS, and on the Microsoft RMS as a reference. So this then allows you then to go in and have a look at each one of them and see, where and which processor has that supported. So for example, Shift4 is currently supported by IPOS, and I know that IPOS is also working on Cayenne, but other payment processors may not be. So all of those kind of feature functions you will be able to see. You can also then see what hardware are supported by each one of those processors and what they are, and whether it is for RMH Store, whether it is for Dynamics RMS, all of that will be highlighted, as well as IPOS. So then let's turn our attention a little bit to the RMH Marketplace. So the previous information we saw about payment processor is a free information that will have all of our processors, but we are redoing the RMH Marketplace. Really, the RMH Marketplace, we want that to be a much more interactive place, and we want it to be not just a resource, but a place that we can also capture what future development might be needed. So one of the features that we'll be adding at the bottom of this RMH marketplace will be, a suggestion area that will then generate an email to us that we will be looking at in the development. And some of them we may actually pass to partners to do the development. So let's say somebody comes up and says, hey, I'm dealing with a chain of jewelers and I would like to have a module that manages the carats, the sizes, the cuts, the clarity and all of that, and I need that developed for this customer. Then if we are not interested in doing it because we have got our hands full with all of our development, we will contact all of our existing ISVs and find out if somebody out there is willing to do that kind of development out there and put it in the marketplace as standard. So if you're a software developer, like Be Loyal is a software developer, or RITE, your software will be posted for free on the marketplace. And as long as you are a reseller and you are also adding value by that software, we will make sure that that is made available. If you are a hardware partner or a payment processor partner, we will be charging for you to be in here, and those charges will actually support some of the costs and some of the enhancement that we are doing to this site. If you are a payment partner and you have paid to be present, you will be present on the site for a year, and you will be present not just on the marketplace, but you will also get your name and your advertising shown in the shopping section of our e-commerce solution. So that would be available for that. Now, it is kind of important to also emphasize that we will not show any payment processor that is developed by a third party. Payment processor is kind of critical to our development, and we need to make sure it is totally embedded into our solution. So only the payment processors that are developed by RMH will be shown there. By all means, if you want to do your own development on payment processing, do so, but we will not advertise it in our marketplace. All right, so let's move to our shop. So if you move to the shop, this is an area that we have been working for quite a long time. And we have, you can see 3 icons on the top, software, hardware, and services. So those are really where the primary things are going to be. And also then you will have a rolling banner of advertising. Right now you have got Cayenne showing in here, but this will be one that will change every 10 seconds, showing different type of adverts, and there will be different kind of adverts on the different pages. Now, this site enables both the regular customers from the street as well as our resellers to come in and buy software, hardware, or services. I want to be very clear that we are still remaining very much reseller centric, which means that anybody who buys through this site will be referred back to a partner to execute on the delivery of the solution, and you will be getting margins from that. Now, there is going to be 2 different types of customers. There will be customers that are already your customers that have purchased previously from us through you, or there may be prospects that you are working with who, for whatever reason, once they find the RMH website, decide to buy directly here. So you are completely protected. So as long as you have got your leads registered with our partner account managers, the PAMs will make sure that you get 100% of your standard margins paid back to you from whatever it is that is purchased in the software and the enhancement plan. So in that way, it doesn't really matter whether the customer buys through us or buys through you, you will get your margin. On the other hand, if we get a brand new customer that was never on any one of our radars, and we manage to dig them out, and the partner account management and the team on the e-commerce side does the sell, you will then only receive a 15% margin on the software and a 10% on the enhancement plan. So the margin will be slightly different. So I do encourage you to share with us your pipeline, otherwise you may lose on this side. The other part of it is that on the services chart side, we will be actually reselling most of our services at around $1,500 a day, and we will be giving $1,200, which is basically we keep 20%, and the rest of it we pass to our resellers for the delivery of the services. Now you will need to actually register to be a eShop partner with us, both on the software and the services, in order for the leads to be passed to you and for the services to be passed to you. And you must agree that these are the prices that you agree to deliver the services with, and we'll be discussing the pricings in a few moments. The other part of it is the hardware. If you buy the hardware through us, we are going to be giving you some marketing fund that can be reused either to get free tickets to our annual reseller conference event. So for one ticket for every $15,000 worth of hardware that is sold. And then also, if you sell more than $50,000 of hardware, we will be providing you marketing and press releases and other services for marketing. We are actually going to be working with Corey to come out with a kind of a schedule of what kind of services marketing can offer you at the different points in the hardware sale. And our hardware, by the way, is going to be limited to only HP with 1 year on-site warranty. And you will see that the prices that we have are very, very good prices. So it should be hopefully competing with any kind of prices that you have currently. So let's have a look at how an order would be placed. So you will either come as a reseller or as an end user. You select one of the segments that you're interested, like software, and that will then request you to do a login. When you do the login, if you are a brand new user, you can sign up in here, and we will, if you're a reseller, we will identify you as a reseller, and one of our PAMs would confirm you as a reseller. If you are coming in as an end user, you will be just coming in as an end user, and you'll just get the regular price. In here, I'm signing in as a reseller, and you will see that the software area is now showing in white on the top left. And below it, I'm showing you the pricing for the RMH store and RMH headquarter. There will be a change done in the headquarter in only as much as there will be a message added that the headquarter or the RMH Central will not be available before the second quarter of 2018, but the price information will still be there. So on the right-hand side of it, you will also have kind of a wizard for the for getting a price quotes, so that you can actually do that and get the price quotes. And you will see that we're actually showing what the list price is and what the reseller price is. So in the RMH base package, we are saying, hey, the RMH base package is $12.50, but we are going to be giving that to you at whatever the price is, $7.50 or whatever it happens to be, the margin. Then on the right-hand side, you can see that you have got the number of stores and the number of POS lanes. So I've put 3 POS and 9 POSs, 3 stores and 9 POSs, and no additional managers. And when I ask for what the price would look like, I get a screen like that shows me what the price is, what the enhancement plan is, and based on the quantity, what the extended total prices are. If I then say add this to cart, it will then show me the image as a cart. I can still at this stage, go back and update the cart later, or I can change the quantities from 3 to 4 or whatever number that it is that I want to do. And you will see that the taxes will be calculated at checkout. Now, really important at this stage, this website is US centric. So we are not looking at selling it in the UK or Germany or some other place through the website. We are assuming that all of the purchases are US based. And so we are not supporting multiple tax and VAT. It is only US. And we are linked to Avalara. So Avalara is doing the tax calculation, which is why it says tax will be calculated at checkout, because that's when we actually check all of the information with Avalara. So if you decide that you want to pay, we will be asking you to put in your address information for the billing address, and then you will be prompted a screen. And you will see on the left and right, again, where right now we have got Cayenne advertising, but it could be Vantive or anybody else that will be showing there. And you will fill in the screen. And when you finish, it will say, okay, here is your order number. And you can see in here all of the taxes, all of everything that has been done and the custom payment. And if you go to your profile, on your profile, you will get a copy of this order detail, and you can print at any point in time. You will get an invoice, and that will be get there. And you also get the keys. So the licensing keys will be issued immediately. Now, this is kind of important. So we are not suggesting that the resellers should be coming here to put the orders. They should be still using the order portal for the orders. But if for whatever reason you have a need to do an installation on a Sunday and you have, for whatever reason, not put your orders in time for our order processing department to process your order, you can come in here and you can go through the software, and you will be then, just like anybody else, putting the orders, just so you're getting it at a reseller price. And you will have to use your credit card to finalize the sales. We are not offering payment on account through the shop in here. Whereas on the order portal, obviously you have got our credit that you will be using. So in the order portal, we will get a notification that there has been a sale by a partner without a customer attached to it. So one of our partner account manager will contact you to get that detailed, so that we will update our portal to to make sure that the correct customer is attached, so that we can notify you for renewals and let you know for which customer it was that we are renewing. If it is a customer that is buying it, we will get they will get the keys, but we will get a notification in the order portal that we have got a customer with an unassigned partner. So again, the partner account manager will contact you and will attach that particular unassigned customer to you. Now, on the hardware side, when you select the hardware, you can see all of the hardware components that we have. So you can buy the complete POS solution, or the POS peripheral, or the scanners, or whatever else it is. And you will see all of these have got a price, what their recommended retail price is, as well as what your price is as a reseller. So we have worked very hard with Blue Star and HP to get some special pricing. So it will all be sent either to you or to the customer and that you have asked us to send it to. So it will be sent there, and you will not have any name on it. It will not have our name or Blue Star's name on it. It will just have the name of the shipping of where it is going. Now, all of these devices are coming in with 1 year on-site warranty, and that was kind of important because we are not really a hardware sales organization, and we don't want to have the headache of any of the maintenance issues that might be associated with this. So all of that will be immediately passed across to HP to handle in case of any kind of warranty issue for on-site. And again, if a customer buys any hardware, we are planning to give you guys a margin on all of those as well. So in terms of services, there are only really 3 services that we'll be offering, and we'll talk about the pricing of those in a second. There is installation, training, and extended support. So a reseller and a customer can buy these from us. Obviously, in the case, we will see that most of the time it will be an end user who will be buying that from us, and we will then be farming it out straight back to you. So we are not interested in building a huge installation team to be competing with you. That is not our role. So we just want to make sure that sales are done, and if somebody wants to buy, they buy and they don't go someplace else. So really our incentive for doing the whole e-commerce shop has been, we have seen over 8,000-9,000 people coming in. We're getting a lot of leads, but we can't compete. We cannot actually see how much of those leads are being turned into actual sales, and if we are losing the sales, we are not quite sure why. So what we would like to do is, by the e-commerce, make sure that those people who are ready to buy today have the ability to buy today, and you should not be disadvantaged by that. So if you have been working on that, you will get your margin. If you don't know of them, it will be a nice surprise, and you'll get some installation revenue as well as software revenue. So let's go now and have a look at the order portal. The order portal address will be changing to an RMH order portal address, and we have actually rewritten the order portal pretty much from scratch. So the new RMH order portal has a lot of feature function that the retail realm order portal does not. So all of the, I would say, the leading edge and the bleeding edge is on the RMH order portal, and you will see this will be the landing page, and the landing page shows you how that order portal looks, which is much more modern in look. and we have made sure that it is a responsive website, which means that if you are looking at it on a mobile device, you can also put your orders and have a look at your orders through a mobile device. So that's showing the image right here, so you can have a look at that. So once you have registered and you log in, you will get your dashboard, and your dashboard is color coded and shows you what is the most important things that you need to be looking at. So you can look at the draft orders that are about to expire. We put a logic that if you put a draft order after like 90 days, it just kind of says, okay, if it's 90 days old, you probably don't want it anymore. So you can always come there and add a comma and update it if you want, so to keep it under 90 days, but usually you don't need it. Same thing with quotes. I don't recommend that you keep quotes and draft for longer than 90 days, because by then the customer has either moved on or whatever. So also the pending orders about to expire, so you can actually see what is happening there, because there may be that you're on credit hold and you have put an order and it is now getting over 90 days, so those will just automatically expire. The credit hold, if you have a credit hold with us for whatever reason, maybe you have a credit limit and you have surpassed your credit limit with us and you may not have been aware of, we will tell you, hey, this one is on credit hold, and it will say because you're over your credit limit, in which case you just get in touch with us and we'll sort it out one way or the other through the partner account managers and our operational staff. And then you can also have a look at the customer renewals. We will let you know which customers are up for renewal, so you can have a look at that. And customer renewal notices sent. So via our system, you can actually customize the renewal orders that you want to send the notification, so that they will automatically get the notification. Okay. And also customer support about to expire, so you can actually have a look at that. And customer support has expired, so you can actually then go back and look at those as well. So that is your immediate dashboard. We'll be adding some more stats as the time goes by and some more business intelligence for you. So you will see on the left-hand side, we have the menu bar. If you come over there and have a look at like on your open orders, you'll see all of the different statuses and all of the different orders, and you have a plus sign. If you do the plus sign, it will expand it to see any attachment that you may have attached or that we may have attached. Whether it is a new order or open order, when you actually open the order, you will see that this is now much more like a normal PC with tabular screens. And right now I'm looking at the order information, who is the order for, and what is the status, it's submitted, or is it draft, or is it completed, or whatever it happens to be. And you can then see the order numbers and all of the currencies that we are involved with, and also the product information tab. If I go to the product information tab, this is where you actually select the items. And unlike the Retail Realm portal, the RMH portal actually has got pricings and taxes built in. Again, we have got integration with Avalara here. So for example, we can then put the price of the POS lanes. We can put the prices for the enhancement plan, and also the prices for the additional RMH stores. So all of those are added. So those will be your prices, not the end user price. But we do have a discount table that looks at the list prices, and if you are meeting the list price discount structure, it will also give you the discount automatically here. So you have that in here. So discounts will be calculated automatically. And you can then see the taxes on the per line base, and they will be then added to the bottom line total. Okay, so in the case of completed orders, you will see still the kind of a paper clip, which is telling you that there is attachments. And if you then press on the plus sign, you will see that it expands it right there, so that you can actually see all of the attachments. So the attachments may be you asking us, to give you a quote. It may be our quotes. It may be different things, but you will always, when it is a completed order, have a pro forma invoice that is automatically generated by the system, as well as license key. Please note that the pro forma invoice is not the final invoice. The final invoice will be attached by our accounting department. The pro forma invoice is generated automatically by our system, but there could be some differences between the pro forma invoice and the final invoice in case there is some credit that we need to give you, or something that that might change the total of the price. When you look at the actual document generated, so this will be the document generated for the keys, and then this will be the document generated, for the invoice, the pro forma invoice. Some of the formatting of this, we are working with our operations team. We'll be, cleaning that up and prettying it up with logos and making it a bit more presentable. Okay. So this kind of ends the website of developments that we have been working on, both on the order portal and also on the new RMH website. And we have a lot of pricings that has happened in the last few months. So I thought that it would be good for us to review this. And we do have an Excel spreadsheet that our partner account managers will be more than happy to share with you. This is designed as a kind of a guideline template, so you can actually go in and type those things in to get the pricings for yourself. So you don't need to be going to our order portal to do that. You can actually do that yourself. So in this case, you see that I've put in, like, I have got 9 stores, 12 lanes, and I want 12 additional manager. The system automatically calculates, and in the black area shows you what the customer will be, paying, and the under the kind of a salmon pink side of it, it will tell you, what is your price for those. And if there are discounts, we're showing you what the discount level you're getting to. And then, so for example, you will see on the top right where we have got the discount schedule. We are saying that for 15% discount, you need to be $20,000 worth of purchase. So it looks at that and says, yep, this is $20,000 worth of license purchase list price, and it is less than 25. So you get a you get a 15% discount. So the 15% discount has been applied, and then it also shows you the 15% discount impact on you on your reseller total. So these templates are available for you. We have done it both for store as well as for RMH Central. So you have got all of that available to you, and it's up to you whether you want then to modify that for yourself to, if you're sending some kind of a pro forma invoice to anybody else. So this is available to you as a tool. The other thing that has changed drastically is our services that we are providing, and we have found that we are getting calls from end users as well as from our resellers. And I want to be very clear: we are not organized to handle your phones directly. So if you are calling us, you're going to have to be charged for our time on the call. So if you have got a bug or if you have got something else, you are absolutely able to contact us on our website, and there will be a new website. We're moving away from Gemini. We are right now in the final steps of selecting a new system for our help desk. So Anastasia and Anthony are working very hard on that, and we will be publishing that in the early part of January to let you know who it is and that we have selected, and give you the directions for you guys to be able to use that. And that will be free. You can go to the RMH support website and put your support call, and we do have agreements in terms of what it is we want to do. On the other hand, if you want to actually talk to a human being, you will need to have a call pack with us. And most of the time that when you call, if it is something simple, then you should have done it yourself. You shouldn't have called us. But if it is something that will take several calls to handle, it is basically a service call pack. So it will not be, so if you call it even 5 times for the same topic of the same customer, that will be considered as 1. It will not be considered as 5, and we will be contacting you back as well. So important that the pricing that we have done, we are showing you the end user price list that will be on our services website, and that will be $300 for a single call and $270 for a 5 call. So you multiply that, and a per call on a 10 will be $240. So you decide what level you want to buy, and as you call us, those call packs will be decremented, and we will find a way to show that on the order portal for you guys to see exactly how many cold packs you have left, and you can buy additional cold packs if you wish. Now, the other area is the training that we want to provide, whether it is training or installation. And we mentioned that it's going to be $1,500 a day and 20%, and that we keep, and the rest of it we give to the resellers. And if it is a half a day or 4 hours, then it is $800, and again, 20%. Now, one important thing is if you as a reseller are buying the cold packs, you go use the right-hand side pricing, the 185 and 166 and 148. And also please note that if somebody buys the support from us as an end user, we will give you guys, a 15% override on all of the prices that we are charging there. Okay. So the new website for the support will be declared in January. And we are also right now finalizing the prices and the way that the API calls will be used in the end of first quarter, beginning of second quarter. And our overall strategy is going to be that any readout API will be free, and all of the write back in to our database API will be chargeable. So that will be the general guidelines, and we are creating additional licensing to control that. So that will be published so that you guys can do your development as need be. So there will be some new RMH contracts. As we mentioned, we are transferring all of the, legal relationships that Retail Realm has with you as resellers to be Retail Management Hero and the resellers. So there will be all of those contracts that you have. We will have probably just a one-pager where you authorize Retail Realm to pass those existing contracts to RMH as is, and RMH will honor those contracts and also honor any kind of credit limit that you have with Retail Realm in the new organization. But there will be probably a few new contracts that you need to sign. One of them is an RMH shop affiliated reseller agreement, and that is where you agree that you wish to participate to our affiliated program, so that any order that we are getting on our website, you are happy to manage in terms of getting them as a customer, and you are also agreeing to the services price that we are charging, and you're agreeing to the 20% deduction that we are making from those services charge. Also, if you are an ISV, and we saw one of our customers who have done some really good stuff, for second-hand equipment and charity shops, etc., during our conference. That's one of the products that we're going to be adding to our RMH marketplace. So that product is going to be going through some ISV certification from us. That ISV certification is just to make sure that all of the ISV stuff that are being added, we actually have an opportunity to look at it, give you feedback, make sure it is following some of the standards that we want. The looks and feel of the product, if it needs to be worked on, we will help you with that to make sure that that is done, and make sure that the feature function sets are actually meeting the requirement that we have. So we will be giving you some guidelines, obviously, as long as you're following our SDK and what we have published for the development, then it should not be a major issue. There may also be some other documents that will come out through time. So we are standardizing on DocuSign that will enable you to go in and log in and have a look at the history of all of your agreement with Retail Management Hero, and not have to rely on your own paperwork or our paperwork in some cache, some kind of a drawer someplace. So we will be managing that, and all of that will be communicated through you, through your partner account manager. And so with that, the main presentation is over, and I'll be more than happy to open it up for questions and answers.